Annyeonghaseyo, Ryan Walters here along with Paul Neat and Sungwoo, and we are here a little bit later than full time for Ulsan because, well, there was a slightly unexpected result that almost happened in a group that Paul is covering. Yes.
We were waiting for the Sanfrecce Hiroshima result because they obviously, whoever won out of Hiroshima and Chiang Mai United would have played Daegu in Group F of ACL, and that game went to extra time and penalties. So we were waiting to see the result of that game before we came live with you this evening, and Sanfrecce won on penalties, so they are the fourth team to join Daegu in Group F.
And Paul may have been working on the podcast for that one, so he was very happy that results ended up, because now we can start.
I did not record a podcast interview with somebody from J-League last week. Definitely did not.
We would not plan ahead like that.
No.
But as for the team tonight, we did just have a comment that came in that said 5-1. Oh my God! But you kind of had that down in the pre-match video. You said 4-1, maybe 5-1.
Yeah, right.
What was it that coming into the match? What was it that had you thinking there would be so many goals in it for Ulsan?
Oh, well, we definitely have good players in offensive line, but I didn't really expect it clean sheet today. Actually, because most of them just joined the team, and despite we have great players in offensive line, I expected some mistakes at the back, so I expected 4-1 or 5-1, and it happened.
Well, and I think that there were quite a few mistakes at the back that luckily didn't get capitalized on by Perak tonight. The one goal that they did get was a really great odd angle goal. Caught the goalkeeper cheating off of his line a little bit and just eked it in on that near post, and deserved, and I think that they did deserve to at least come away with a goal tonight, because I thought they put in a pretty good performance, all things considered, because this is a team from Malaysia coming to play a game in Korea in February when the weather's not really on their side. But I think tonight's match, in a lot of ways, I think was a really good statement win for Ulsan heading into the K-League. You know, if they win, a win's a win, and they're into the group stages and everything's fine. But this was a pretty impressive win. If you're a K1 side, Paul, you cover FC Seoul. If you're a K1 side, seeing this performance, again, it is against a team that you would expect them to beat. But that second half, boy, did they look good.
They did look good. But I wouldn't take too much from it because Perak didn't press enough. I don't think the levels of intensity dropped, I think, for Perak in the second half, which you would hope for their sake that they would have increased for them to be able to be competitive in the second half, and it kind of dropped. And then once the second goal went in, it was all one-way traffic. But for K1 teams looking at this, they wouldn't take too much from it, because they wouldn't, it's not a K-League team that they were facing. True. But what they can learn is that if you give Ulsan the time and space, then they will punish you. Now, the second goal was very poor defending. They backed off, and Mix showed great skill and a very, very, very tidy finish into the bottom corner.
Former U.S. international, Mix Discourage. Just need to point out that it was an American on the stage tonight for no reason.
Not sure why, but very, very tidy finish from him. They didn't get tight to him, we kind of summed up Perak's second half.
Yeah, it really did.
I think that kind of hit them quite hard, and then the third came almost straight afterwards. Almost like a sucker punch in a way. Again, a great finish from Mick Diskerud.
A really great setup, a really good build-up in that, and I think that was something that, we talked about the midfield coming into the match, and I think that Ulsan midfield, it's really quite deadly, and I think that we saw that in that second half. And you said coming into it, this was a really new team, they're going to need time to gel, and I think that that 45 minutes in the first half, they looked better after that, and they looked like they were in a little bit of a better spot. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, the players still need to work on teamwork, but they are all quality players, so yeah, they can make some great performances just themselves. So yeah, I'm quite satisfied with today's match.
Yeah. As an Ulsan fan.
I'm sure you would be.
Yeah. Before we go any further, we did just have a question come in about advice on how to get to Ulsan for an away trip. I would highly recommend flying into Busan, spending some time on the beach in Busan, get some seafood in Busan, and then take a quick train trip up to Ulsan and see that lovely, lovely stadium that hopefully the three of us can all go to together. But
that would be nice.
At some point this year, we're going to try to get down there. So when we get down there from Seoul, we'll have a little bit more specific. But
yeah, you're right. We will have more on the site in the near future about how to get to stadiums specifically.
Yeah.
That is coming soon. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
But Ulsan, yeah, definitely somewhere that we should all get on our list to tick off next season.
Yeah, but flying in from out of the country, fly into Busan, have a good time in Busan, go up to Ulsan for a little bit, have a good time up there. And hey, catch an iPark game while you're at it, because why not?
Why not?
But anyway, ACL marches on. The group stages are starting to get figured out. And Ulsan is now into their group. And how are we feeling? How do you feel about Ulsan's chances in their group? They do have some tough opposition there. They have a J League side, they have an A League side, and it's not going to be an easy trip for them. But how do you feel about their chances of getting out of the group stage?
Well, in our group there's Kawasaki from Japan, and Kawasaki was actually in the same group last season as well. So, and we beat them once in our home, and we made 2-2 draw maybe at away games. So I don't really worry about them, but like Sydney and Shanghai, we actually hadn't met them recently. So yeah, I think it might be a tough game, but our squad is good, and so yeah, I'm kind of confident.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a really fun group to watch. And speaking of watching these groups, we've just decided this tonight, so why not announce it right now? We're going to be having watch parties for ACL here at El Juego Pub, where you can hear some crazy people going on behind us. They're playing a little bit of Pro Evolution, some PES right now. And yeah, we're going to be here since, unfortunately, there are no Gyeonggi teams, no Gyeonggi-do, the province that we're in here in Korea. There are no teams in ACL this year, which luckily for Paul and me means no midweek trips down to Suwon and getting back at about 1 a.m. So that's good news for us. But the other good news is that El Juego Pub that we're in right now has just opened up recently, and we're going to be having watch parties here for ACL. So if you're here in the Seoul area, then by all means come on out. Yeah, watch the matches with us. And if you're watching internationally, then you'll just see this background a lot more frequently. But we'll be here for Ulsan, Daegu, Gyeongnam, and Jeonbuk. I can't say that too loudly. Anyway, we are going to get going, though, because the festive attire is for our Matthew Bin's birthday. And now that all the matches are done and the professional side of things is done, it's time to celebrate his birthday. So if you have any questions, comments, or anything else about ACL, get those in the comments, and we will touch on those with the podcast and live videos coming up. And speaking of live videos, we will be live this Sunday.
Oh, yes.
Previewing the K-League season, which starts in 10 days. So get ready for that. But for Sungwoo and Paul Neat, I'm Ryan Walters. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.